As I mentioned in an earlier video lecture, I've been working with technology for over 30 years, and sometimes it's really easy for me to think of something that I've used for years and years throughout my life as common knowledge. When I first started teaching this class, I figured that everybody that had worked with a computer would know what a zip file was and how to use them. This turned out not to be the case, and the digital skills pretest that you guys took consistently shows me that it's a good idea to include this lesson fairly early in the class. So this is a short one, so let's get started. Zip files can be thought of as a sort of envelope containing other files. Just like you can put multiple pages or even another envelope inside of a physical envelope, you can do the same thing with zip files. So if you have files and directories, you can use these to create a bundle that contains all of those other files. This makes it convenient for uploading or downloading a large number of files rather than having to work with them one at a time. So for instance, if you had a website that had maybe 1,000 files, instead of having to upload every single one to the server, you can make a zip file and just upload the zip file and then unzip it once it's on the folder. So that makes it more convenient. In some cases, when you create a zip file, the computer can compress the files or make them smaller, can look for redundant information and kind of mark that down and throw that extra information out and make the zip file actually smaller than the combined sizes of all the files that went into it. This doesn't always work out that way. It works great for text files, but for video and image files that are already compressed, they usually won't get much smaller, and sometimes they can actually even get bigger. Throughout much of this class, you're going to be using zip files to hand in assignments that include multiple files. So for instance, you might have a Photoshop file and a file that you export for the web, and then a document that describes that. And I want you to zip all those up and just upload them as one file. It makes it more convenient for me in grading, and it also shows you, how to use this tool, and that's a very good skill to have. Please review the links included in the Working with Zip Files section in eLearning in this module, and so you know how to use various operating systems to create and open up zip files. It's a good idea, even if you're predominantly a Windows user, you might be on a Mac. It's a good thing to know both. So make sure you look through those. And again, if you have questions, don't hesitate to contact me.